Welcome to Worth Coin. Most people spend this coin every day without realizing it could buy a mansion, a fleet of luxury cars, or completely transform their financial future. Hidden among countless ordinary quarters, the 1977 P. Washington quarter has become the center of extraordinary stories, collector excitement, and incredible discoveries that continue to fascinate the coin collecting world. Imagine opening an old drawer, digging through a forgotten coin jar, or receiving change from a simple purchase, only to discover that one seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth an astonishing fortune. Some collectors believe that certain rare examples of the 1977 P quarter have reached estimated values as high as $77 million under extraordinary circumstances, making it one of the most talked about coins among treasure hunters and numismatic enthusiasts. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the very end, because later in this series we'll uncover two more quarter coins from different years that have sparked even more mystery, collector obsession, and unbelievable attention in the hobby. But before we get there, the story of the 1977 P quarter is something you absolutely cannot afford to miss. The moment collectors hear about a 1977 P Washington quarter with unusual characteristics, their attention immediately shifts. At first glance, the coin looks completely normal. It features the familiar portrait of George Washington on the front and the traditional eagle design on the reverse that Americans carried in their pockets for decades. Millions upon millions of these quarters were produced in Philadelphia during 1977, and because of that enormous production, most people assume every example is common and worth only face value. That assumption is exactly why rare treasures can remain hidden for years. Somewhere among those millions of coins, unusual examples emerged that caught the attention of sharp-eyed collectors. Some displayed striking errors, while others revealed characteristics that made experts take a second look. The fascinating part is that many of these coins circulated freely for years before anyone realized their significance. Picture a quarter passing from one cash register to another, moving through countless hands, spending decades in circulation while carrying a secret that nobody noticed. That possibility alone is enough to keep collectors searching through rolls of coins every single day. The year 1977 itself was an interesting period in American history. The nation was moving forward after the celebrations of the bicentennial years, and the United States Mint was producing enormous quantities of circulating coinage to meet public demand. Workers at the Philadelphia Mint operated powerful presses around the clock, striking coins at incredible speed. Whenever production reaches such massive levels, the possibility of unusual minting events naturally increases. Tiny mechanical issues, die wear, alignment shifts, and other unexpected factors can sometimes create coins that differ from ordinary examples. These differences are exactly what collectors hunt for. One of the most exciting possibilities surrounding the 1977 P quarter involves dramatic strike anomalies. Imagine a coin being struck by dies that were slightly misaligned. The result could be a quarter with portions of the design shifted in unusual ways. Such coins immediately stand out to knowledgeable collectors because they represent moments when the minting process deviated from perfection. Another possibility involves doubled design features, where letters, numbers, or design elements appear duplicated due to die-related issues. These varieties can generate tremendous excitement whenever they are discovered. The thrill comes from knowing that a tiny detail visible under magnification can separate an ordinary quarter from one that collectors desperately want to own. And remember, while we continue exploring the mystery of this remarkable 1977 P quarter, there are still two more fascinating quarter stories waiting ahead in this series. One of those upcoming coins has generated endless debate among collectors, while another has inspired treasure hunters to search through thousands of quarters hoping to find a hidden rarity. So keep watching because the surprises are only beginning. Another reason collectors chase exceptional 1977p quarters is the possibility of extraordinary preservation. Condition matters enormously in the coin market. Two coins from the same year may appear similar to the average person, yet one can be worth dramatically more because it survived in pristine condition. Imagine a quarter struck in 1977 that somehow avoided circulation, scratches, contact marks, and environmental damage for decades. Such a coin becomes a time capsule, preserving the exact appearance it had when it left the mint. Collectors compete fiercely for these superior examples because they represent the finest survivors of their generation. Every tiny detail, from the sharpness of Washington's hair to the brilliance of the coin's surface, contributes to its desirability. The search for elite condition examples has become one of the most exciting aspects of modern coin collecting. Stories of discovery make the 1977p quarter even more captivating. Consider the collector who purchases a simple roll of quarters from a local bank, expecting nothing unusual, only to notice a strange feature on one coin. What began as an ordinary evening of coin searching suddenly becomes a thrilling investigation. Magnifying glasses appear. Reference books come off the shelf. Online forums fill with discussions. Experts examine photographs. Hours later, the collector realizes the coin may be something special. These moments are what make coin collecting addictive. Every roll searched, every jar examined, and every pocket full of change carries the possibility of uncovering something extraordinary. The dream is always alive. What if the next coin is the one? What if a forgotten quarter sitting unnoticed in a kitchen drawer holds a secret that collectors have been searching for? That sense of possibility keeps the hunt alive year after year. The auction world has only amplified the fascination. Whenever an unusual coin attracts attention, competition among collectors can become intense. Bidders recognize that truly exceptional coins are finite. Once a remarkable example enters a private collection, it may disappear from public view for years or even decades. This scarcity creates urgency. Collectors know opportunities can be rare, and that knowledge fuels aggressive bidding whenever a desirable coin appears. Discussions about rare 1977p quarters often spread rapidly through collector communities because everyone wants to know whether a newly discovered example possesses unique characteristics that set it apart from the rest. The combination of rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand creates a powerful formula that drives excitement throughout the hobby. What makes the story even more fascinating is that many people never examine their quarters closely. Countless coins sit in jars, piggy banks, dresser drawers, and forgotten collections across the country. Some were saved by previous generations and passed down without detailed examination. Others remain mixed with ordinary change, waiting for someone curious enough to look more carefully. This means remarkable discoveries are still possible. The next great find might not come from a major auction house or an advanced collector. It could come from an ordinary person who decides to inspect a handful of old coins one afternoon. That possibility keeps hope alive for treasure hunters everywhere. And if you think the mystery surrounding the 1977p quarter is exciting, wait until you hear about the next coin in this journey. Its story involves unusual characteristics, collector fascination, and discoveries that continue to spark conversations throughout the hobby. I won't reveal the details yet, but many viewers are shocked when they learn what makes that quarter so memorable. Before we reach that point, though, there is one final lesson hidden within the story of the 1977p quarter. The greatest treasures are often overlooked because they appear ordinary. Most people glance at a quarter and see only 25 cents. Collectors see possibility. They see history, craftsmanship, rarity, and opportunity. They understand that tiny details can make enormous differences. A slight variation, an unusual strike, exceptional preservation, or a rare error can transform a common-looking coin into an object of intense interest. That is why the search never ends. Somewhere, perhaps in a forgotten box, an old collection, or even in everyday pocket change, another intriguing 1977p quarter could still be waiting to be discovered. Most people would spend it without realizing its potential. Most people would never look twice. But the collectors who understand what to search for know that fortunes sometimes hide in the most unexpected places. And if you thought this 1977p Washington quarter was unbelievable, the next coin in our series, the 1994p quarter, takes the mystery to an entirely new level. Its story has captivated collectors for years, and what makes it special might be even more surprising than anything we've discussed so far. Next, 1994p quarter dollar. Have you ever checked your coins carefully? One of them could be hiding a fortune in plain sight, and the story of the 1994p Washington quarter proves exactly why collectors never stop searching. Millions of these quarters pass through cash registers, vending machines, and pockets across America. Yet a handful of extraordinary examples have become the subject of endless discussion among treasure hunters and coin enthusiasts. At first glance, there is absolutely nothing unusual about a 1994p quarter. It looks like the same quarter that countless people spent without a second thought. But beneath that ordinary appearance lies a mystery that has fueled decades of searching, speculation, and excitement. Some collectors believe that exceptionally rare examples connected to this date have achieved astonishing estimated values reaching as high as $94 million under extraordinary collector circumstances, making it one of the most talked about modern quarters in existence. And while that number alone is enough to capture anyone's attention, what makes this story even more fascinating is that we still have one final quarter coming later in this journey, a coin that many collectors consider one of the most intriguing discoveries of all. So stay with me because the biggest surprise is still ahead. The 1994p quarter was produced at the Philadelphia Mint during a time when quarter production remained an essential part of everyday commerce in the United States. The Mint operated with remarkable efficiency, producing huge numbers of coins designed to circulate through the economy. Because so many quarters were struck, the overwhelming majority remain common. Yet experienced collectors know that massive production runs can sometimes create the perfect environment for rare varieties and unusual minting events. The larger the production, the greater the chance that something unexpected might occur. A tiny deviation in the minting process can transform an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. This possibility is exactly what keeps people examining every detail of their quarters. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1994p quarter involves the search for unusual die varieties. Imagine examining a quarter under magnification and discovering subtle doubling in the lettering, unusual design features, or characteristics that separate it from standard examples. To most people, these details might seem insignificant. To collectors, they can mean everything. Entire collections have been built around identifying and preserving these unusual variations. The thrill comes from knowing that a tiny feature visible only upon close inspection can dramatically increase collector interest. Every year, new discoveries continue to emerge as collectors study coins with better equipment and greater knowledge. What was overlooked decades ago can suddenly become the center of attention today. Another fascinating possibility involves striking anomalies. During the minting process, Coins are created under tremendous pressure. Dies strike blank planchets with incredible force, transferring intricate designs onto the metal surface. When something unusual happens during this process, remarkable results can occur. Off-center strikes, partial strikes, die cracks, die chips, and other irregularities can produce coins unlike anything normally seen in circulation. These mint-created oddities often become prized possessions because they provide a direct glimpse into the manufacturing process itself. Each error tells a story, capturing a unique moment when the machinery produced something different from the intended design. Collectors are endlessly fascinated by these accidental creations because no two are exactly alike. The condition factor also plays a major role in the legend of the 1994 P quarter. A quarter that spent decades circulating through stores and businesses may show heavy wear, scratches, and damage. But occasionally, a coin survives in stunning condition. Perhaps it was stored away shortly after leaving the mint. Maybe it was preserved in a collection and protected from everyday use. Whatever the reason, these superior examples become highly desirable because they showcase the coin exactly as it appeared when first struck. Brilliant surfaces, sharp details, and exceptional eye appeal can transform a common date into something truly special. Collectors often spend years searching for the finest examples because top-quality coins become increasingly difficult to find as time passes. Their scarcity only adds to their appeal. The excitement surrounding the 1994 P quarter has inspired countless stories of discovery. One collector might find an unusual example while searching through bank rolls. Another might inherit an old collection and uncover a forgotten treasure hidden among ordinary coins. Some discoveries happen completely by accident. Imagine receiving change from a purchase, tossing the coins into a jar, and years later deciding to take a closer look. What seemed like an ordinary quarter could suddenly become the centerpiece of an exciting investigation. These stories resonate with collectors because they remind everyone that remarkable finds can occur anywhere. Treasure hunting does not always require expensive equipment or rare opportunities. Sometimes it begins with nothing more than curiosity and a willingness to pay attention. That possibility keeps people searching every day. And speaking of exciting discoveries, don't forget that one final quarter remains ahead in this series. Its story has captivated collectors in ways few modern coins ever have. Throughout this video, keep asking yourself a simple question. What if one of those coins is already sitting somewhere in your home? The answer might surprise you. Auction excitement has played a major role in the growing fascination surrounding rare modern quarters. Whenever an unusual specimen appears, collectors immediately begin analyzing every detail. They compare photographs, review certification records, and debate the significance of specific characteristics. The competition can become intense because truly exceptional coins are rare. Once a remarkable example enters a major collection, it may remain hidden from public view for many years. This creates urgency whenever another noteworthy specimen surfaces. Collectors understand that opportunities are limited and that knowledge drives interest to extraordinary levels. The result is an ongoing search for the next great discovery. What makes the 1994 P quarter particularly intriguing is how easily it can blend into ordinary circulation. Unlike coins made from precious metals or featuring dramatically different designs, this quarter looks familiar. It does not immediately stand out. That ordinary appearance may be one reason why potentially valuable examples can remain unnoticed for years. Many people simply never examine their change closely enough to identify unusual characteristics. Collectors, however, understand that appearances can be deceiving. They know that hidden among thousands of ordinary coins, one special example can completely change the conversation. This belief fuels the passion that drives the hobby forward. Every coin roll searched, every collection examined, and every jar of loose change inspected represents another chance to uncover something remarkable. The emotional side of coin collecting is equally important. There is a sense of adventure that comes from searching for hidden treasures. Each coin carries a history of movement through countless hands and countless places. The idea that an extraordinary quarter might still be circulating somewhere creates excitement that few hobbies can match. Collectors are not merely acquiring objects. They are chasing stories, solving mysteries, and connecting with history in a tangible way. The 1994 P quarter embodies all of these qualities. It reminds us that even the most ordinary objects can hold extraordinary possibilities. Somewhere, right now, an overlooked quarter may be waiting for the person who finally notices what makes it different. That possibility keeps the dream alive for collectors around the world. As we approach the end of this chapter, one thing becomes clear. The legend of the 1994 P quarter is not simply about money. It is about discovery, curiosity, and the excitement of the unknown. Most people would spend this coin without hesitation. Most would never suspect that collectors carefully study coins from this year, searching for rare characteristics. Yet that is exactly why the hunt remains so thrilling. Hidden opportunities are often overlooked because they appear ordinary. The people who find them are usually the ones willing to look closer than everyone else. And if you thought the mystery, excitement, and collector fascination surrounding the 1994 P quarter were incredible, prepare yourself for what comes next. The final coin in this series, the 1994 P quarter's successor in our journey, has generated stories, speculation, and collector enthusiasm unlike anything we've discussed so far. Its tale serves as the grand finale, and the secrets behind it might completely change the way you look at your spare change forever.